Hey guys, Coach Pillowfist here. Now I feel bad for teaching you guys this because it's technically not fundamentally correct, but many things in professional boxing today are not fundamentally correct technically, right? So what really is fundamentally correct? With that said, Roy Jones Jr.'s Gazelle Punch. Nobody ever saw that coming. That thing was like invisible. But how? Well, the obvious answer is his blistering hand speed and superhuman athleticism, right? But the answer that nobody really talks about, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys two different Gazelle Punches, and I want you guys to tell me option A or option B, which one you're most likely not to see coming. So here's option A, right? So, one more time with option A, and then option B. All right, one more time with option B. If you voted option B, you're absolutely correct. Now, by no means am I saying that you should throw your Gazelle Punches or any punches like this. I'm just giving you a video on why Roy Jones Jr.'s Gazelle Punch was so invisible. Now, when we have our hands up, naturally our mind wants to create the most kinetic and potential energy possible. Now, you may not know what potential and kinetic energy is. I gotta feel smart for a little bit. I gotta use my college degree. But in practical terms, basically the reason we load up naturally is because our mind is trying to create the most distance to travel in order to put the most velocity and force into something that we hit really hard. So that's why when we have our hands up, we tend to naturally and involuntarily pull our hand back to give you that knockout blow. But if you have your hand hanging down here, right, then naturally our mind doesn't tell us to load our hand back. And the reason why is because our hand is already traveling a good amount of distance to put that velocity and force into that punch. Now, when I say having your lead hand down low, I'm not talking about the Philly shell either, right? Because the Philly shell is different than, let's say, the Roy Jones Jr. shell, where he just has his hand hanging down here, right? Even Teofimo Lopez. Nobody ever thinks of Teofimo Lopez as this super fast guy, right? But he always does these crazy punches, gazelle hooks, gazelle jabs, and nobody ever sees it coming. And a big part of that is because he does employ it from that Roy Jones Jr. type of guard. Now, to put some extra sugar into it, you can feint, right? So I would feint the jab bow, and then throw that Gazelle Punch. Another thing that I can do is level change. So what's the way to put the maximum amount of power into your Gazelle Punch? You level change, right? So I can feint the level change. Feint, right? Level change, bow, and then throw that Gazelle Punch. Take this advice at your own risk because defensively, this can be disastrous. We all saw what happened to Teofimo Lopez when he got comfortable with that Roy Jones Jr. style guard in front of George Kambosos. And even the legend himself, Roy Jones Jr. wasn't invincible either. He got caught a few times with that Roy Jones Jr. style guard as well. Now, I'm not recommending that you guys use this. I'm just teaching you guys some crafty little tricks, you know, that if you guys want to use it, you can. But don't tell your coach that I taught you this. But all right, everybody, thank you guys for tuning into that video. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.